All right, we're ready for game 2. So as we come into the second game of tonight's adventures, the 4 of you, Sparky, Aewni, Zeta, and Clementine, have been gathered in Bartholomew's shop. You've been waiting for Bartholomew to show up because he's apparently having some important mission for you all. But he hasn't shown his face yet. You've just been sitting here waiting. Roger's standing behind the counter, or Roger's like sitting on a chair behind the counter. He's chewing some bubble gum, just blowing some bubbles, which the bubbles make him float a little bit off the ground until they pop. And then he chews the gum back up. What have you all been doing while you wait for Bartholomew? Let's start with you, Sparky. Where do we see Sparky in the shop at this moment in time?
Well, Sparky's probably gotten bored enough to have started crawling around underneath all the tables.
Wait, Sparky just crawling around on the ground?
Yeah, exploring under the tables.
I mean, that is valid. Sparky, how tall are you? Are you just like a normal human sized?
Well, normal for age.
How old are you?
9.
Oh, okay. So Sparky's just a little Aasimar lad, just looking around. Did you find anything cool?
Not yet.
Did you find anything, or is the shop like annoyingly clean?
Lots of dust. Thankfully, Bartholomew made next year so he doesn't get so dusty.
You would think that Bartholomew's shop, filled with all the crazy magic that it is, that people would like drop things on the ground sometimes. Maybe you'd find like a magic button or something off of someone's armor. But yeah, it's really strange. I haven't found anything really interesting down there. Or Sparky, would you like to roll me an investigation check to look around for interesting stuff in Bartholomew's shop? An 11. Okay. Yeah, as you look around and try and find some interesting things in Bartholomew's shop, you do find one slightly magical thing. It's kind of funky. It looks at first like a monocle, like a little lens, and as you reach over and pick it up and you look at it, you see yourself, like your face, but it's like all distorted and very big, and it appears to be a reflective magnifying glass. So if you look into it, you can see your own eye, like, but it's huge.
This is silly.
Okay. So, Sparky, you still crawling around, just having a good time. Aewni, where do we see you? I imagine a little bit more, maybe not crawling on the ground, I think is the term I'm looking for.
Dignified?
Yes. Thank you.
Definitely not crawling on the ground. I'm probably looking at, pictures between pictures and so on of Aewni's sister and everything.
Oh, okay. Now, are these pictures that are in the shop? Like, does Bartholomew keep like memorabilia for some of his more higher-ranking adventurers, or like is there like a book in the corner that like no one has really looked at? It just sits on the table under some magazines, but like, oh, it's like a photo album. Is it like that, or is there these personal things?
The massive picture book should definitely be in the shop. But no, these are, well, it's kind of like a fusion of both, right? Because she has personal pictures, and then taking her time to look through the giant picture book that's like thousands of pages long of just pictures, probably magically animated, because that's something Bartholomew would do.
Oh yeah, excellent. So you found this little magical trinket which you tap a couple times and it floats up into the air, and you are able to flip through the pages with ease. And of course, it goes to precisely where you would want to look already. Is Aewni bearing a look like of jealousy, of joy and wonder? Like what? For what reason is Aewni looking at these pictures?
It's not jealousy. It's not envy. It's not jealousy. It's just, wow, I was really late to the party in a sort of way, you know?
Oh, I see. It's like, oh, this could have been me. I'm happy for you, but
Yeah,
I would have liked to be this.
And then it dawns on her that this is her last adventure until she herself ranks up.
Ah, okay. So there's a little bit of that like anticipation or apprehension. Excellent.
Yep,
So
in a sense.
Yeah, in a sense. Excitement maybe. So yeah, as you're doing
her closest role model is the only thing she's going off of to have any idea of how to deal with a Fable tier boss battle.
And all right, excellent, Aewni. So as you sit there, your shining silver dragonborn scales standing out amidst the dusty interior Bartholomew shop. Zeta, what are you up to? Where do we see you in this scene?
I'm stuck under a tree.
Pardon me?
I can't carry this damn solstice tree.
So Zeta, you tried to like squeeze the big solstice straight through the door and it just fell on you?
Oh, it was already in the shop. It just fell over because it's so heavy.
Oh no. So Zeta,
I'm okay.
Roger kind of looks up from like, I mean, he's reading like a magazine or something. So, are you all right?
I'm all right. I might just have to leave this here because I can't carry it.
All right. He looks back up at his paper. Zeta, how long have you been stuck under the tree?
Just a few minutes.
I wonder if that was setting the plushy kobold off. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, a little bit. So Zeta, as you're like struggling with this tree, is there anything else, or are you just battling the tree?
Nah, I can easily crawl out. I don't need to battle it. I'm just gonna leave it in the shop because I can't carry it.
I'm sure someone will find it and love it eventually.
Yeah.
And Zeta, as you're doing that, we see also in the shop Clementine. Now, Clementine, what are you doing as everyone else is crawling around on the floor, reminiscing and looking at pictures, or really looking toward the future, and squirming around under a tree, also on the ground? Where are you? What are you doing? Are you also under the tree?
I am not under the tree.
Okay.
I am trying to actually find the next book that I can read for zombie killing.
Oh, so you're doing some research. I see.
Yes, I am.
These are some great zombie killing books. What's the current one that you're like reading about? Is it zombie killing like tactics? Is it zombie strategy? Like how do zombies think or not think?
It's How Not to Die. It's like a survival book, but at the same time, 99% of it's telling me how to die. So there's only 1% that tells me how not to die, which is.
I think it comes around to how not to die is really just a whole bunch of ideas of like this is what happens and then you die, and so don't do that, right? It's just a whole bunch of what not to do.
Exactly.
Excellent. So you're reading this book. Now, is it like a private book, or is it How Not to Die When Everyone's Trying to Kill You, which I believe is the book written by one of Bartholomew's adventurers? Not that you do that one, but
I think it's that one.
Absolutely,
that one. Yeah.
You're reading this like this very like, ooh, interesting. You know, I see. Don't get stabbed with the pitchfork, and you keep going through, and eventually. The last page of the book, because it's the zombies edition, and the last page of the book is just get a bunch of commoners with pitchforks and torches. And then this doesn't actually work. And so you're doing all this research, you're trying to better prepare yourself to really handle the zombie hordes. And finally, as if long awaited, the door opens and a very tired, blue-robed wizard stumbles through. It's been a very long day. Greetings, adventurers. Are you, ready for your mission?
Mr. Bartholomew.
I've always been ready, Bartholomew.
Zeta, what are you doing under that tree?
Oh,
Fell on him.
Yeah, it's really. Remember when I pulled it out of the bag? Yeah, it's
Yes.
kind of heavy.
That was an incredible feat of strength, by the way. Well done. I was somewhat surprised you were even able to remove it.
I don't even know how I can even hold this anymore.
Well, I'm sure we'll figure that out. Anyway, I have a very important mission for you all. Are you ready?
Of course.
Yeah.
Totally.
You seem apprehensive, Aewni.
I'm just. This is gonna be my last adventure at the low tiers.
Aewni. And Bartholomew walks over to you and kind of puts a hand around your shoulder. Aewni, you might believe this is your last adventure at the low tiers, some may call them. But in the end, you know, there's never such thing as a last adventure. There's always the next adventure, and yes, in my shop, we have these superficial tiers, which I use to pay some of you less than others, but really, in the end, it isn't about the tier of your adventuring, but the spirit and your heart in doing it. This is just the beginning of a whole new type of journey for you.
I was late to the party, though. Sister's almost in myth.
I have a feeling you'll be catching up sooner than you think. Well, anyone, are we, ready?
I'm ready.
As I say, crawling out of the tree now.
Excellent. And Bartholomew kind of walks over, and he didn't have his staff a second ago, but he has it now. And he kind of draws with it a little circle upon the floor. All right, I will be teleporting you far to the north to Mount Meridoc. You're going to need to climb to the top. Well, an old friend of mine could use some assistance. He's
Climbing?
Oh, I couldn't imagine it being too hard of a climb. It's a very popular, you know, those areas where touristy kind of mountains, right? There's lots of trails. Very nice.
Aewni looks among the party, where we have 3 sorcerers.
I'm sure you'll be fine. I handpicked the 3 of you specifically for this mission.
Oh, we're going
Well,
up
you
a
also
mountain?
got-
This sounds nice. Time to test out my strength and reflexes.
As I say, about to drag the tree with me.
Don't forget me. I'm a barbarian.
Yes, hopefully, if all else fails, I'm sure Clementine can carry you all up the mountainside.
Yeah, except I'm too old, but I can. I hope.
Well, good luck. My friend, by the way, his name is Horace.
Horace, got it.
Yes,
Fucking Horace?
yes. That's his name.
Sounds good to
Sounds
me.
like horse. But okay.
I mean, he's not a horse. He's a human, I believe. Anyway, best
Wait,
of luck.
you
Everyone
believe?
get in the circle. Everyone get in the circle. He kind of like pushes you into the circle with the staff. All right, and away you go. He taps the staff on the ground, and you can just hear him as you're being teleported away. Roger, what are you doing? This place is all dusty. Get cleaning. Roger's like, oh no. But with a flash of purplish light, you find yourselves appearing at an ancient stone circle. You see that there are large monoliths that kind of form a mostly circular barrier around this ancient structure. You see that there are stones mostly sunken into the earth, but you have appeared upon one of the only remaining fully above ground little platforms where there's a little etched teleportation circle here in this forest at the bottom of a mountain or at the base of a mountain. looking up around you, it is a beautiful day. There are birds. You can see, you're not quite at the very bottom. You're part of the way up. And you can see in the distance there are other great mountains with snow-capped peaks that are make a beautiful scenic backdrop to where you currently are. And yeah, I mean, that's all you can see right now. There's beautiful mountains in the distance. There's a bunch of rocks around you now, and you're in a forest. What do you all do as you are teleported to this place?
Well, let's go. Let's start mountain climbing.
And I literally heave the tree.
Okay, so just you drag the tree behind you as you begin to climb up the mountain. It's not a very steep climb, and honestly, you're probably on what is a big hill, not a true mountain. If it is a true mountain, it's a pretty small mountain. But yeah, it's got a very gentle incline as you're making your way up. And do you all just kind of follow Zeta as he trudges up the mountainside?
Aewni's gonna struggle with Zeta in carrying this thing.
Oh, you're going to help Zeta out.
Yeah.
So I think the way it works is Zeta is much shorter than you, but because it's the incline of the mountain, Zeta's in the front and you're in the back, so the tree is almost perfectly horizontal as you two are carrying it up the mountain.
Yep.
Question, what time of day is it?
Right now it is probably midday, maybe 1 or 2 in the afternoon.
Okay.
For what reason do you ask? Are you trying to gauge like how long it might take to get up the mountain, or?
No, Sparky is slightly afraid of the dark and would have been casting light on next year.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's not dark at all. This is a fairly, it's a forest. It's a true forest, but it's sparse enough that plenty of natural light. This isn't a doom and gloom dark forest. So yeah, you begin to make your way up the mountain. Sparky, there's all sorts of interesting stuff, right? You find natural kind of mineral deposits of mica, a very, very shiny flint-like rock, right, that breaks apart very, very easily into what looks just like sparkling powder. And it's just all over the place here. Like you go and you step on a big granite rock that's in the way, and some of the mica along the side of it breaks off and almost leaves little sparkles in your step. There's a thick covering of fall leaves here on the ground, all browns and oranges, and the trees are mostly bare. They aren't super full. You head up the mountain. It takes a little while. You can tell that you were started maybe halfway up, and so it's not really that bad of a climb. You don't see any true trails as you're going, at least from where you are. Clearly that old temple thing you started in was off the beaten path a bit. But eventually, as you're making your way up, what are all of your passive perceptions?
11.
Mm-hmm.
10.
Okay.
11.
Okay.
11.
Okay. Yeah, you don't smell or see anything really out of the ordinary. It's just a beautiful, like, fall day here. But you do come across a part of the mountain where it's much steeper, right? There's like almost and not a sheer cliff, but it's like a 30-foot tall, craggy rock cliff face. It goes up maybe, 30, 35 feet. It'd be a little tough to climb. It'd be pretty hard. It'd be nigh impossible to climb with that tree. However, you can see a couple hundred feet to the west, right? It slopes a little bit better, and you could take the long way about if you would like to avoid going up this steeper cliff edge, or you can use your magic and skills to try and get up this cliff edge easier. What would you all like to do as you come to this cliff edge?
Okay. So, I have a thought process. How much does this tree weigh, by the way?
I have no clue. It's the solace. It's a magic tree.
Well, it weighs about as much as a solstice tree. So that means in total, it's about 50 pounds probably. But it's very bulky, right? Because it's very big at the bottom. It's got a little stump that you can hold it on, but not much of one.
Wait. I have a dumb idea. Can you twin a cantrip?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can one of us fly?
I don't think so.
I cannot.
I can't yet.
Zeta, do you have twin spell?
Twin spell. I don't think so. I could try. No, wait, no. Oh, got it.
I was gonna twin cast Mage Hand and just have us all Mage Hand the tree up.
You get 5 mage hands, just all right, let's go. That is a very
I have
fun
mage
idea.
hand. We can all use it.
Wait. Sparky, please tell me you have Mage Hand
No,
and
I
twin
don't.
spell. No.
I don't have Mage Hand or Twin Spell. If I had Twin Spell, I would have just been able to fly.
Well, I can say this is one to this is one to remember then
Is there
for the next time.
Is there any way to go around it?
Oh yeah, there's a long way around, but right now it's probably like 4 p.m, and it'd probably take an extra hour to get up if you go the long way.
Okay.
Screw it, I'm going the long way. I want to bring the tree with me.
Wait. We don't have to go the long way. We can very simply just rig a pulley system.
How are we going to do? How is that going to be any quicker than going the long way?
Because rigging a pulley system only takes about...
Yeah, I mean, it'd definitely be faster. If one of you got to the top of the thing, you could just tie a rope to the tree and pull it up. I mean, it's not so heavy that you couldn't do that.
How much does Zeta weigh?
The issue is getting up. Oh my
I
goodness.
probably weigh a lot less than the tree. I can say that much.
Yeah, like what, 15 pounds? Maybe?
Yeah, I'm a little, maybe more than that. But I'm still
How
a
are you
little
pulling
kobold.
the tree? How is it working? We don't care. This doesn't matter. It works. That's all that matters.
How far up is this cliff?
About 30 feet, we'll say.
All right, Zeta, it's time to fly.
What? Wait, what?
I'm gonna twin cast Mage Hand and pull Zeta up the 30 feet to the top.
Let's find out. You gotta find out exactly how much kobolds weigh here, because this is my favorite gimmick now in all of existence.
If it works, I'm gonna go. Whee!
Kobolds weigh between 25 and 35 pounds.
Okay,
So
Zeta
I
just
think
has
you
to
would-
cast Mage Hand too.
You would need a
I'll
third
cast
mage.
hand.
3 of you cast Mage Hand and Mage Hand Zeta. It's like in. It's like in Cinderella, right? The little bird flying around, lifting up like her clothes and bringing her little things. Except Zeta, it's just a hand, like one grabs you on one shoulder, one grabs you on the other shoulder, the third kind of bloop, grabs you by your little kobold tail, and then whee, you fly up to the top. Yeah, you're at the top. You're there.
Wow, that was easy.
You still have 3 mage hands. What would you like to do with them?
Okay, with the other 2 Mage Hands I have, I'm going to move the 50-foot rope off of my pack up to Zeta, about 20 feet up.
Sure.
And I'm going to
I'll just hold this.
give him like a random pulley system that we have, because mundane items are...
Yeah, you don't need a pulley system to pull it up. You can just pull the tree up. You just pull it up.
Yeah,
The tree's
let's
up.
just. Yeah,
Okay,
time to
okay,
heat
cool.
the tree again.
Yeah, I'm not going to punish you for making this fun magic item thing. You can be anything even remotely plausible. I'm gonna let you do it.
All right. Well, with that, after the system is up there, and I had a thought process, but this is also like a 30-foot thing.
I mean, you could just roll an athletics check to climb it. You have a rope now. You'd have advantage. That's up to you, though.
That's true. I could climb it.
That is the default option here. If you don't have anything more creative to play.
You know
but
what?
I did really like the mage hand. That was very good.
Here's the crazy idea. All right. So with the mage hands, right? Because I'm gonna pull pittance, and we're gonna pitten the rope to the wall using the mage hands.
I don't think the mage hands have the force to nail pythons into stone. But I will say that Zeta can tie it to a tree up at the top, and the rope is very secure. You're good.
All right, that works. Yeah, that works just fine. Then I'm going to go up.
I love the idea.
I'm going to tie the solstice tree to the rope, too.
Sure. We'll pull that up last.
Yeah, I can tie it to a tree up here, and then the three hands I can pull it.
And then the very kind of not really fit Aewni is gonna attempt to ascend this 30-foot.
Roll me an athletics check with advantage because of the rope, Aewni. As you fall. Unfortunately.
How did Keori do this?
Aewni, you take 2 points of bludgeoning damage as you fall and scrape your knee on the way down. It hurts.
How does she do that?
Oh, how does Keori do it? I don't know. She's just great like that.
She isn't like a monstrous person or anything. She's just strong for no reason.
I mean, you see me dragging this tree. It's not a big surprise.
Okay. What are you doing? What are you doing in this moment? You're just watching?
I'm just sitting there, yeah.
You've got some popcorn out of nowhere. Just, I'm going to watch this. You watch the little kobold float. Okay, beautiful. Would you like to try again to climb up this rope? Or would anyone else like to try and climb the rope?
Sparky tucks Nexier into the back of his shirt, so that Nexier's kind of like poking out over the shoulder, and
that's his pet rat?
No, that's his plush fox arcane focus.
Oh, little fox plush. I love it.
And he's going to try to climb up the rope.
Okay, so you run over and you're like, all right, and you start climbing up. Go ahead and give me an athletics check with advantage. Yeah, you get it, no problem. Sparky, yeah, you climb up without any issue. A couple of rocks tumble from the wall, but that just makes it more fun. And yeah, you get right to the top.
What?
I have an idea.
Yeah.
What if we have big Clementine over here carry you while they climb? It's not that high of a climb.
Aewni's gonna look over like she's at Clementine's mercy, like, oh god.
Will you actually?
I'm like,
Come on,
sure, why not?
don't be a wuss. If I can talk a tree and you're
Clementine,
so easy, you can do it.
You go over to Aewni, and what do you just put? Do you fireman carry Aewni? Just throw her over your shoulder? Does Aewni ride on your back like a koala bear? Or how is this gonna work?
I'm just gonna cradle. Is it a her?
It is in fact a her, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna cradle her like a baby.
Oh, okay. So one hand just cradling this giant silver dragon for. Beautiful.
I am not absolutely giant. I'm only 5'4".
You're not like small
You're
though.
bigger than me.
What? There's no way I'm the largest person in the party.
I think the problem here is Clementine. You need 2 hands to carry Aewni. So you've got your feet wrapped around the rope, or you're pushing against the rock with your feet. You're squeezing the rope with your legs, and you're pulling with your teeth on the rope as you climb up. Can you go ahead and roll an athletics check? I'm going to roll just a normal one, because you have advantage from the rope.
This is a barbarian tactic.
This is barbaric, but I like it.
So you get almost to the top, and then one of the rocks begins to slip from under you.
To help them?
No, the rope is already helping as much as it can. So 2 things can happen here. Clementine, you can try and grab the rope and save yourself from falling, but then Aewni's probably going to tumble. Aewni, if you want to try and kick off of Clementine, you can try and save yourself, but then Clementine's probably going to tumble. What would each of you like to do? And I want the answer from each of you, and then we'll evaluate what happens.
Either way, we roll the dice. We have 2 healers.
So, what's the move? Who's doing what?
I'm okay being dropped.
Okay, I'm going.
Clementine, you jump up. So, Clementine, because you just drop Aewni, can you roll me a dexterity saving throw with advantage? Aewni, can you roll me one with disadvantage? Because you just got dropped. No! Clementine, you make it to the top. You grasp onto the side. Aewni, you fall 30 feet. You take 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm up! I'm alive!
So you onto the ground. Clementine, you look down. Oops.
I have 1 health!
Aewni looks really bad. You're pretty sure their limbs do not move shouldn't move in those directions. As you see them just kind of stand up in probably quite a bit of pain.
I wish I had a healing spell, but I don't.
Sorry.
It's okay. Occurs to me, if I try to ascend this normally and fall, I'm going to knock my ass out.
Aewni, do you want to just tie... I'm sorry, the end of the rope is tied against the solstice tree. That's how you're getting that up. So, once y'all move, all the rest of you at the top here, and Aewni, you are not.
I use Mage Hand to tie Aewni to the tree. You're not... I'm sorry, but this is for the best.
Wait. Can I make handholds with a utility use of Ray of Frost? Like just spearing them in while using the rope and the handholds?
Yeah, I'll give you advantage for that.
All right.
I like that.
Perfect. I'm gonna try this again.
Very slowly and methodically, grasp on, and you begin to make your way up this very innocent rock face that has done nothing wrong.
I have to make another athletics
I think you
check.
can roll Arcana because you have these rays of frost to help you. Actually, I don't think Arcana. I think you could just make an attack roll with Ray of Frost.
At advantage?
Yeah, I'm giving you advantage because you got the rope to fall back on. You barely do it. You barely succeed. Yeah, but come on, slip ups because ice is slippery. Who would have thunk? But you do manage to get to the top. You're good. You didn't fall.
This over the tree.
Yeah.
I just got pitied by a DM because I'm about to die to a...
The DC was 10, guys. It was not hard. I'm sorry. It was just a very unfortunate set of rolls for poor Aewni. There was no pity in it. You got the DC. All right.
I can't believe I almost died to a wall.
So you're at the top of this little rock face. You can see up beyond, it gets a lot rockier. There's a lot of big boulders and gravel and stuff. There are still trees that grow amongst everything, but there's just a lot more rockiness here. It's not hard to climb. It's not steep, so you're good, just rocky. So, Aewni taking a deep breath. Zeta, you pull your tree up, no problem.
Yay!
And
Aewni is very distressed looking. She's going to pop a healing potion.
just down it goes. And would you like to roll the hit points? Or okay. Sorry.
No.
It is one of those
Wow.
days, Aewni, one of those days where the dice are not on your side. You regain 4 hit points, though. It's better than nothing.
I
And
wish I had a paladin with me.
you make your way up the mountain. You notice there are lots of signs of animals that live in this forest, right? You see some deer. You see the signs of little fox footprints that would be in the dirt, but no signs of the creature itself. And eventually you begin to hear the running water, the sounds of a small creek. You get up to that creek. The creek is about 6 feet across. How would you like to get across this little creek?
I have a really dumb idea.
Uh-huh.
What if I plant the tree and make it icy? Would that, or is that a bad idea?
It's a little creek. You want to just wade through the water?
Yeah.
You can just wade through the
okay.
water. I was being a dick.
I thought you said it was 60 feet.
Oh, no, sorry,
Jesus.
it was 6 feet.
I was gonna say, jeez.
Small creek.
Okay, I
you just wade through the water. Would anyone like to not wade through the water?
I'm going to walk through it.
Okay, your feet all get wet.
That's
Wait, no,
fine.
I'm going around.
That's fine.
I'm going around.
Well, I mean, actually,
That's fine.
what's your strength score, Clementine?
Oh God.
You know,
Where is it?
17? Clementine, you can just jump
Yes.
over the water. You're strong enough, you can
okay.
just clear it. Yeah, just jump over it.
I was gonna say you could also just use the tree as a bridge.
That's also true. There's a lot of ways you can get over this very easy to pass creek. All right, so you continue to head upwards. At this point, something very, very obvious catches your senses. You smell the smell of fire? Yeah,
Fire.
coming from up ahead.
Do you know what?
Oh,
You know what? Knowing how my luck has been right now, I want to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Sure.
Jesus.
It is about 5 p.m. at this point, so it's not quite getting dark yet. You probably have another hour or two of light. All right, you cure wounds, and that one's not a terrible roll.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, dice gods.
What would you like to do? There's sense of fire coming from up ahead. You can see maybe a little bit of smoke wafting like higher up in the trees from up higher on the mountain.
I go investigate. I know how to work with fire.
Or do you want to try and sneak ahead, Zeta, or do you want to just go with everyone to investigate?
I want to go ahead with everyone.
All right, everyone cool with that?
Yep.
Sparky's gonna
Okay.
try to sneak up.
So Sparky, do you tell them like, wait, let me try and sneak up?
No, Sparky is just like
You just go off ahead.
going, but like trying to like not be seen.
Okay, can you roll me a stealth check then? Because everyone's passive perception is 11 or lower in this party. I can tell you the party probably doesn't notice that you sneak ahead. They do. They all see you sneaking ahead. Guys, you see Sparky is trying to sneak off away from you all to probably see what's going on.
Hey, come back.
Sparky, where do you think you're going? Come on, don't be a wuss.
Sparky, you've been found out. Oh.
Okay.
Come here. It's okay, but don't do that again.
So after you just walk a little bit more, you see the sign or the source of this smell of fire. You begin to see what look like tents set up in this forest. There is the waft of smoke kind of coming from presumably campfires. You start to smell, is that like sausage or something? Some kind of meat cooking? Yeah, it just seems like there's like a little camp. You don't see any people because you just barely are seeing these tents. They're up a little higher on the hill. Do you want to just walk right up, or do you want to try and sneak around and avoid these guys?
What do you mean these guys? You just said there's no one there.
Well, you don't see anyone necessarily.
Well, there's no point in me trying to sneak around. I'm literally heaving a tree. There's no way I can sneak around holding a tree.
Okay, so you're not going to try and sneak up because you're. I'm
going to try to pass by, just carrying a tree.
Okay. Would anyone else like to try and sneak past this camp?
Can I go around the camp?
Yeah. Okay, so you guys can, once again, you can try and sneak past, in which case you're not going to lose any time. Or you can try and go the long way. You automatically succeed, but you're going to lose some time.
I'll try to sneak, but I'll probably have disadvantage.
And before the double crits.
So we're hearing sneak past. All right. Can everyone roll me a stealth check?
I'm going to
give yourself some guidance there. Yes. All right. We got a 12 coming out of Clementine. Just do.
I'm purposely giving myself disadvantage because I'm heaving a tree.
Sure.
So hold up.
All right, Sparky got a 13. Oh my goodness, Aewni's having a tough time. And go ahead. And of course, Zeta.
I sneaky.
Zeta, what happens here? Because you actually, as a group, succeed on this check. The DC was 13, and at least half of you beat that DC. So what's happening here is like Aewni.
Zeta's just a tree.
Yeah, no, then that's exactly what's happening, right? Zeta's like pulling this tree, and Zeta goes to stop and take a breath, and the tree kind of stands straight up. Aewni like trips and makes like a sound, and someone at the camp goes, huh, and looks, oh, just a tree, and goes back to whatever they were doing. Seemingly not at all. These must be some like town guard level NPCs, because they were not at all put off by a Christmas tree in the forest. A solstice tree, apologies. You just keep on going. You sneak past them, and after about 20 more minutes of walking, it's relatively close to the camp, you come to the top of the mountain. And you see there is a small kind of stone fence, right? The fence of little maybe like football-sized boulders, right, or rocks that have been piled up to make a little bit of a wall. You can see there's a little garden, a fairly small garden up here. You can see there is a little wooden cottage. It's very small. It couldn't be more than like one room, probably even, maybe 15 feet by 15 feet total. And beyond that, you can see the other side of the mountain is an absolute sheer cliff edge all the way down. And this little cottage is right on the ledge, right on the edge of that sheer cliff edge. And yeah, what would you like to do as you enter into this clearing, all stealth-like?
Are we still trying to be stealthy around here? Is this the destination?
I don't know. You don't know. Maybe.
So.
Should we knock? Maybe we should. I think we should knock.
You do
You can
it.
try knocking.
I'm gonna go knock on the door.
Okay, as you approach the door, a very, very old man, he's wearing kind of like tattered, what look like they were robes, but at this point they're kind of dirty, and they look like they've seen a lot, not dirty so much, they've just seen a lot of wear and use. He's got a big kind of gray beard, he's got like one kind of slightly crazy eye, and he's actually got a full head of gray hair. It's all frazzled, and it's got like twigs and stuff in it. He leaps down from the roof in front of you, Zeta, and he's got like a staff in his hands. He's like, "Oh, get away from my house!
Sparky,
Sorry,
You
sir.
will not kick me off this mountain this year, interlopers."
We're not here to kick you out. We're actually looking for someone.
You're not with the town, then.
No,
No,
we're
of
with
course not.
Bartholomew's troop.
Bartholomew, good. He sent some help again.
Are you
Good.
Horace?
Yes, I am Horace. I am the old man of the mountain.
Yay! We
Yes.
found you.
Tonight will be the night they come again.
Who's they?
The townspeople of Meridoc.
Are they those people that are in those tents over there?
Yes, they camp not more than half an hour's travel from my abode. And every year on this day they come to throw me from this mountain, but nay, I will not let that happen.
Aewni looks completely disheartened. She's been having a bad day.
I have okay, Jeremy. I have a very weird question. What is the terrain like on the top of this? Is it rocky, snowy, like grassy?
So it's not snowy. It's definitely more of a small hill than a full mountain, right? There's no snow here right now. They're in this little clearing by his cottage. It's clear, right? It's grass and stuff. And it's clear that he's moved, rocks that would have been here out to make it clear, to make it habitable for itself, hospitable. But yeah, beyond that, it's pretty thick forest. And then one edge of his clearing is up against the cliffside, which, if you look over, it is a sheer cliff down the mountain.
Okay, I have a really good plan for this.
That's excellent. I could use as much help as I can. They're bringing
and then I plant the tree right next to his house. I'm serious.
He looks at it like, I don't understand.
And then it suddenly starts to snow.
So what does the tree do? I don't know what the tree does, Max. You have to tell me what this tree does.
Okay, so basically, as
I have no idea why you've been carrying this the whole time.
Okay, so this is the magic item I got from the bag last adventure. So basically, it's a magic lance, but as an action, I can plant it into the ground, and in a 15-foot radius, I create difficult terrain because it snows heavily on it.
All right, so you've just made the clearing just a huge blizzard.
But here's what I'm going to do.
Mike.
But hear me out.
You're a genius. You're a genius.
Hear me out. I'm then going to use the snow to roll up giant snowballs. And then when they come, I'm going to roll them down the hill. I'm going to roll them down the hill and freaking avalanche them.
Mike. 15-foot radii, difficult terrain, except for us because there's no PvP, right? And I have Ray of Frost.
Definitely still difficult terrain.
Well,
but I really love this plan. And actually, horses, I really love this plan. Yes, very good, very good.
Yeah,
and it'll help to quell their fires too. They bring torches every year.
Yeah, I'm gonna start rolling snowballs now.
Cliff.
I start rolling giant snowballs.
Good. Well, we have very little time left to prepare. I mean, they should be here within, 2 hours now, or an hour and a half. So, Horace is going to do his crazy hermit preparations. What are you guys going to do as you prep for the oncoming villager hordes?
I'm literally going to make snowballs, and I'm also going to use Mage Hand to speed up the process.
Just to start the small snowballs?
Yeah, and then make them really boulder-sized.
I'm going to use Mage Hand to do the same thing, but that's with Mage Hand, and I'm going to help Horace do his hermit stuff, because Aewni is also a hermit.
Okay. So we got
Yep.
Gotcha.
I can't do much magic wise, but I'm gonna start with, I guess, maybe taking out my javelin and just pairing it and cleaning it, and then once it's time for blood, then that's just gonna be full with blood.
Oh, jeez. Okay. So you're just like, all right, time to just prepare to kill people. So you're just going to spend this downtime basically sharpening your weapons and prepping your weapons.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. I'm gonna give you a bonus for that because basically in doing all you've done to avoid avoid going around the cliff edge and then sneaking past the camp, you've bought yourselves basically 2 half-hour segments of preparation. So Zeta, you're going to just make snowballs.
Yep, really boulder-sized snowballs.
Okay, so you're able to make 3 boulder-sized snowballs.
Yep.
Which that's not terrifying at all. I'm just kidding. It's horrifying. So we got 3 boulder-sized snowballs, and the area difficult terrain. Very good. Sparky, what would you like to do? You've got trees. You got all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, Sparky is going to find the best hiding spot where he can watch out and raise the alarm once he sees that they're coming.
So you're gonna try and kind of build a little crow's nest right in a tree that's a little bit away from this clearing, just so that when you know they're coming, you can raise the alarm, and then maybe you'd be able to get them from behind. Yeah. Is that kind of the concept you're going for?
Yep.
Excellent. Sparky is being sneaky. Excellent. What about you, Clementine? You're just going to sharpen your weapons for that whole time?
I'm just sharpening my weapons. I mean, I don't know how to say it because
no, it's all good.
I'm thinking of just sharpening my weapons and then getting ready to fight whatever comes at me, basically.
You're just hyping yourself up. You're just ready to roll. Excellent. And I like that a lot, actually. And Aewni, you want to help Horus.
What is Horus doing specifically?
Horus appears to be doing some kind of a ritual with the mountain.
With the what?
With the mountainside. He's gone and he has tied himself up along on the side of his house against the cliff edge, and he's just kind of rappelling down the cliff side of the mountain, and he's got a chisel and a hammer, and he's just hitting stuff, and he's got some weird reagency sparkling on the cliff side. He's doing some kind of weird stuff.
I swear to God, he better not be trying to avalanche his entire house down the mountain.
Well, he's trying to prevent that. But
you know what? Okay. Here's what I'm actually going to do.
I don't think you want to go and rappel along the cliff edge again.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. Using my Rays of Frost, I'm going to snap freeze a few trees, and I'm going to break them apart through the snap freezing. So that way we can roll logs down with the snowballs.
Well, I think there might be a bit too much forest to roll whole logs. At least maybe that not. Far, but you could set up a trap close by so that when folks get too close, because the snowballs, right, that's going to stop them from getting up. But once they get up, you could actually definitely set up some tumbling logs to hit them.
Yes, that's what I was thinking of.
Gotcha. So you're going to make a tumbling log track.
Yes.
Excellent. So as the lot of you do your various things, I'd like a couple of rolls from people. Clementine, I'd like you to give me 3 rolls that you think are best or most appropriate for your weapon prep. I don't know what that would be though. Maybe survival? I don't think sleight of hand. That's more being sneaky, trying to be discreet. Survival maybe, just because you're sharpening things and you use those to survive. I guess it sounds like a survival skill to me.
Not nature.
Oh yeah, I mean you could use nature too. I'd be fine with that. Whichever.
Do nature. Okay. You said one more?
Yeah, can you give me 3 of them total?
Oh, 3 as in one single one, you mean?
Yeah, I'm sorry. You don't need to make me 3 different ones. You can make me the same one each time. So yeah, you can roll the survival again if you'd like. We can ignore
I'll
the
do
nature
2 more of the survivals. There we go.
Okay, so you're sharpening your blades, and man, it's just not coming out quite the way you want. In the end, I think what ends up happening is you've definitely helped it a little bit. And I'll say that you're going to gain a +1 bonus to your attack rolls and your damage rolls for this encounter.
Nice.
So you've basically just temporarily magicified your weapons, as you've given them a nice sharp cutting edge. Sparky, you climb up in a tree. I'd like you to roll me, and is that all you wanted to do, is just be ready there?
Yeah, be ready somewhere where I can get a good sight to know when they're coming and alert, hey, be ready, they're on their way up.
Gotcha. Maybe you like tie a string, right? That you can cut the string and it'll like it'll ring a bell or something back in the clearing.
Yeah, something along those lines.
Excellent. Can you roll me 3 stealth checks as you set this up? And we're just going to use the highest of your 3,
Okay.
And that will represent
guidance myself.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. We'll just add the guidance to the final thing, whatever is the highest of the 3. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Excellent. 18. So you are very well hidden. There's no way in heck anyone's going to see you coming in the evening. And then the evening comes. And it starts to get dark. And the sounds of the forest fade away. And in their stead, Sparky, it's cold up here. You feel the chill of the wind from your hidey hole up in the treetop. Maybe part of that chill is coming down from the now the now very cold peak. But as you're hiding, stealthy, maybe a little frightened of the darkness, you begin to hear the sounds of men and the sounds and light of fire. As you see the townsfolk beginning to make their way up the mountain past you.
How far away are they down the mountain from us?
I think they're not like super far. Their camp was only 20 minutes. So I think they're close enough that like Sparky can give you guys a very reasonable notice, but they're not so far away that Sparky will be out of combat when it starts. All right. Sparky, what would you like to do?
Yep.
I'm sorry, what do you all do? I'm going to give you all a surprise round as these villagers are coming up and they're yelling. They have pitchforks and torches, and they're like, get the old man off this mountain, and they seem all grumpy.
How many are there?
And does there seem to be one who's like leading this group?
Sparky, I will say that you can see at least 2 that are kind of tougher looking. One of them looks like maybe he's like a leader of a town guard or something. The other one, he just looks like he's a grizzled military guy, right? He's seen some actual fighting. But most of them are peasants. So, and there are probably a couple other regular guardsmen too.
So there's at least 2.
Yeah, at least 2 that are definitely more tactical or martially inclined. Well, Sparky, you get the first act. What would you like to do as you see these guys? Just ring the bell?
Yeah. So, just ring the bell, let them get closer, and then start attacking them.
Cool. You ring the bell. All right. Zeta, Aewni, and Clementine, do you 3 want to do anything? Or do you want to wait for them to get closer?
Weird question. Is it a straight path up to the... Is it a straight path to the house from where people are?
Yeah, there's not... Yeah, it's a very restricted pathway up because this is, one side of the mountain is just a cliff edge.
How far are they up
so
the
just...
path?
Okay, just as they start, I push one of the snowballs down.
Okay, you're just gonna just let them loose.
Just one for now.
The snowball begins to cascade down the mountain, and they are seemingly taken aback by it. I would like you to roll me a... Actually, I'll just roll a dexterity saving throw for them, and I'll set the DC. So the commoners, I should roll it so you can see it, are surprised. Oh, they did badly. The guards dodged effortlessly. They seem to be out of the way of it. And the big grizzled guy, the biggest one, seems to have also dodged it effortlessly. The first one of these snowballs crashes down, and Sparky, you see it hit. Actually, can you roll me 2d6, Zeta?
Okay.
2d6. Boom.
Yeah, 5 of the commoners get splatted by it and just kind of get caught up now in the big heap of snow. Their torches put out and then incapacitated.
Yay, got him!
All right, so that was 5 of the 20 commoners. The rest of them, the guards managed to dodge completely, as did the veterans. All right, what else do y'all want to do? Do you want to do anything else, or do you want to wait till they approach? They're still about probably 90 feet down the path.
So have they passed?
They're about
I'm
under
hiding?
you. They're about under you right now, Sparky.
Okay. I'm going to...
However, you can see they're like yelling, attacking! Charge! They're fighting back! The old man, we gotta kill him. They're all bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna zap the veteran.
Ah, okay, so you're like probably, how far, 20 feet up in a tree? Just blasted him. You have advantage on the attack because he doesn't know you're there. Oh, nice! The guiding bolt slams into his back. Oh my god. Jeez. He gets nailed for 16 points of radiant damage and begins to glow brightly. How much hit points did he have even? Okay. Yeah, I mean, that was a pretty solid hit, but he's still in good shape. And he gets hit by the guiding bolt. What was that? Starts looking around, trying to figure out where the attack came from. Not seemingly realizing that you're up there.
I'm going to shoot him with a chromatic orb.
Oh, and you do so with advantage because of the guiding bolt.
Yeah.
Yep, that's how guiding bolt works.
Yeah. How's that?
Yeah, you hit him, I think. Let me check his armor class. You exactly hit him.
Hold up, because I gotta roll a second.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you hit him. We'll take the regular hit.
Cool.
The chromatic orb blasts into this guy, which he no longer glows with light, but he takes 17 points of...
Let's go with lightning.
Excellent. So lightning streaks down and he seems not happy about taking that. I mean, who's ever happy about getting blasted by lightning, though? Okay.
And I'm gonna bonus action, quicken spell, shoot him with a ray of frost if he's in range.
He's 90 feet currently.
He is not in range, so never mind.
Okay. Zeta, you threw a snowball. Sparky and Clementine did Sparky and Aewni made their attacks. Clementine, what do you want to do? Do you want to just like whip a javelin at this guy?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
Okay. It is, I think, at your long range, so it would be a disadvantage. But you can go ahead and whip it at, or you can throw it at like any of the other normal guys.
Still disadvantage though. Still wrong range.
There are still 15 commoners left. Yeah, but the commoners have way worse armor than this guy.
Okay. I'll throw at the normal guy. Or guys.
Okay.
One guy.
Go ahead and whip that javelin.
Go on. Okay, there we go.
Excellent. Your javelin whizzes through the air and spears one of the commoners. and he goes way down. You kill him.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, no, he dies.
Oh no, we committed murder. Oh no.
Kill him. I mean, hey, they're trying to kill the old man on the mountain. He didn't do anything wrong, probably.
True.
Not that you asked if he did anything wrong, but I'm sure he's fine. He's friends with Bartholomew. They're all good people. Excellent. A brutal kill. We move to the foes. They charge up the mountainside. They're having a difficult time inclining because it is difficult terrain going up this cliff. So they are going to make it another, 40 feet, I think? So yeah, they are now probably within 30 feet of you guys as they dash forward. It's not all difficult terrain. All right, we move to Sparky. What would you like to do? They have kept rushing forward, not seeing you, except for like the big veteran guy. He's still looking around, like trying to figure out where your blast came from.
I think I'll zap him again.
Oh, just gonna blast them. Unfortunately, not connecting that time, even with the advantage.
Before we go any further,
Favored by the gods.
What does this do? What is favored by the gods, Sparky?
I can roll 2d4 and add it to the total.
Oh, and I can tell you, this dungeon master will absolutely favor the 9-year-old boy murdering this random man. So please, give me the 2d4 and we'll see how we do. And in fact, you hit this poor man with your guiding bolt. Favored indeed, 13 points. Oof. He is now bloodied as he is glowing white again. He looks up, now seeing you, finally. As he's worn through enough of your stealth checks to see you with his perception, but he's pretty badly injured. He looks up in the trees, and he begins to take a heavy crossbow off his shoulder.
I'm going to try and slip around to the other, so that I'm on the other side of the tree.
Oh, excellent! You're going to use the tree as cover. You can just do that. Absolutely. Good, I love the move. So you just kind of swing around to get stuff in the way. I'll say you have half cover from him. Excellent. Rest of you, what would you like to do? We got Zeta, who's got 2 more boulders left. We've got we've got Clementine, they're just they're only 30 feet away now. They're in charging range if you want to go, so Brass.
I know what I'm going to do again. I'm gonna shoot another chromatic orb at that guy.
Oh goodness! Oh, we're just killing him. We're just murking the boss. You hit the boss. I'm sorry. You hit the veteran. Oh my God! Another 19
for 19 more lightning.
Oh boy! All right, he's on the brink of death. He just gets hit more and he's just barely even standing at this point, but he is still up.
They expected one snowball, think again. I rolled another one down.
All right, let me roll for the commoners. The commoners, duck out of the way. The guards do not. They go, oh no, and they get hit because they expected the commoners to take the blow. And actually, this is where the Horus is going to use his thing. Horus is going to, you hear the mountain tremble, and you hear a deep inhale of breath, but from the mountain, and then a huge gust of wind blows onto the commoners. They're going to roll again with disadvantage.
I had a bonus action, by the way.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Using the last of my sorcery points, I'm going to... quicken spell. I'm going to quicken spell bless Clementine, myself, and Zeta.
Heck yeah! So you are all blessed, and Horus's old man on the mountain move kind of really screws over the commoners. Zeta, can you roll me 2d6 for the commoners, and you can roll me 1d4 for the veterans? All right, 6 of the commoners get waylaid by the snowball, and 3 of the guards There are now only 2 guards remaining and 9
What
commoners.
about the big guy? Does the big guy get hit at all?
The big guy's too far back at this point.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah, and the other guards kind of like see it coming a little bit. But unfortunately, the snowball does not connect with them. I mean, you just snowballed 9 people. Very good hit.
We also have 1 more snowball and log trap.
That's true. Clementine, it's your move.
I'm using
blessed.
a rapier,
Uh-huh.
so that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, you want so you sort of run up and attack them?
Yep.
Do you want to go for like the tougher looking guards or the big dude?
I'm going for the boss.
All right, so you just run down the mountain, leap with the rapier.
Christ.
You just are you yelling or is this like a very quiet, like determined attack?
No, I'm yelling.
Just full scream. This dude has just gotten blasted by light and then by lightning, and you run forward with your rapier. Go ahead and do your damage. You hit him, and I'm wondering, you are a barbarian, right?
Yeah.
But you fight. It seems like you fight with finesse with this rapier. You stab him, just stab him through with it.
Yeah, I stab him through with it in the stomach, and I say, "Take that."
Excellent. And I imagine you like leap down from like a big rock as you murder him. He is dead.
Yep.
Wow, he didn't get to go. All right, sounds good. So the veteran goes, "Ugh," and then dies as you like crush him. Is there anything else that you would like to do, Clementine?
I'm turning on my rage damage.
Oh, and now you rage. Beautiful. I love it.
Oh, God.
Sword dripping with blood. Now you're angry. All right.
And because it's using the rapier with strength, she does get the damage bonus. Oh no! All this is beautiful.
The foes. There are 2 guards and 9 commoners left. Let me roll for them really quick. I'm sorry, not charisma. I wanted wisdom. Okay. The guards charge up toward you, Aewni and Zeta, and they get to the side, and they will whip a spear at each of you. Zeta.
Oh
A 10.
no! Nope.
All right, Aewni, I miss you too. And as they do that, the commoners, the 9 remaining commoners, turn around and begin to run away. So they're now running down the mountain. We give up. They've dropped their torches, which are actually very bad. The forest is kind of like gonna burn eventually.
I thought the commoners got the 14.
Yeah, the commoners are on full retreat. The guards look, uh-oh, as they realize they've been abandoned. It's your turns. Sparky, you are up in your crow's nest. The dude you've been blasting is just trashed, and your friend is covered in their blood at the base of the tree. You see 9, like, commoners fleeing at the, no!
Well, they don't seem to be too big of an issue. The ones with the spears I don't like. And
okay.
you.
Oh, okay, you're just gonna... Oh, man, you are on point with these guiding bolts. Man. Yeah, you blast them. All right. How many hit points does that guy have? All right, he turns to dust. One of the guards, the one that just threw a spear at you, Zeta, goes to like heft another spear and then turns to dust as he gets struck by a bolt of radiant energy.
Gone to atoms.
I'm going to get that slot back.
What was that?
I'm going to get the slot back.
With your the meta or font of magic.
Yes, flexible cast.
Would you like to do anything else, Sparky? Are you staying up in that tree?
Yeah, I think I'm going to stay here.
Okay, you see the villagers that were running towards you to escape veer and start running like more toward the cliff edge because they don't want to be near where your lightning just came from, or your light just came from, that just vaporized someone. All right, Zeta and Aewni and Clementine, what would the 3 of you like to do? Who'd like to go first?
Can I go first? Because I know how to end this quickly.
Sure.
I'm gonna use Quicken spell to time to burn some people. Time for some irony.
Oh no. Oh my god. All right, are you just blasting commoners, or are you hitting the guard?
The guards that are trying to kill me, obviously.
Okay, can you roll the first attack against the guard? Well, I mean, roll the first damage roll against the guard.
7.
Okay, he's actually still alive.
Okay, then I hit him again.
Yeah. And now he's dead. Now he's also reduced to ash, just as you burn him to death. What do you want? Do you want the third attack to just go against one of the commoners?
Is there any other guards or no?
No, that was the last one.
No, and then I just make it purposely. I make it purposely miss the commoners just to scare them away.
Ah, I like it. Can you roll me an intimidation check?
Advantage, maybe?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they're terrified. They're absolutely terrified. You're not sure they're ever going to attack the mountain again, even.
All of this was with Bless, by the way, except for Sparky.
Yeah, which, I mean, in this case, the rare situation where Bless doesn't come up because you already are rolling so freaking well. But, I mean, Aewni, it's your turn if you'd like to do anything. You see the 9 commoners fleeing down the hill.
Wait, they're fleeing?
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, they're terrified. They're in full flight.
I'm gonna kick the last snowball down.
Okay, do you want to unleash your log trap anyway and just hope it gets some of them? Or do you want to kick the snowball on you?
Can we do both?
Yeah, sure.
I've had a rough day.
All right.
I want some catharsis of kicking some comments into the cold night.
Well, uh-oh. So, unfortunately, they do dodge the logs, but the snowball comes right down at them. Well, actually, which one would you have done first, the logs or the snowball?
Probably the logs.
All right, so they dodged the snowball, but the logs clip them pretty heartily. Can you give me, how many are left? Oh my god. Can you give me another 2d6 for how many of them get nailed by the logs? All right. All of the remaining commoners, the logs, boom, 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 like bounce down the hill, and they've been like corralled over toward the cliffside because they're like, oh my god, Sparky's shooting light, and oh no, a snowball and a fire blast, and I think what happens is most of the logs miss, but one of them like bounces off a rock and goes over toward them, and they all just kind of look over and like terror as it slams at the side of them and sends them all careening off the cliffside of the mountain.
Strike!
Oh god. And Clementine, what would you like to do as you are now dripping in blood and in full rage? There is no one seemingly alive left here. Oh, I'm sorry. There are lots of commoners alive stuck in snowballs.
Man, I wish I had multiple javelins to just punch them in their stomach.
Oh, jeez. All right, well, wow. Now there are no more alive people as Clementine unleashes their brutal rage upon them. And as eventually you meet back up toward the top of the mountain. That was great. I don't think that will bother me again. Yes. Good.
Are those people down there off the cliffside gonna be okay, or how deep of a fall is that?
Oh, they're toast.
Oh.
Yeah, they're screwed. I'm sorry.
And that's all right, though. They deserved it for trying to throw me from this mountain.
They were running away.
They would have been back. They always come back.
I kind of lost my temper a little bit, I think.
You know, that's It's all the cycle of nature, you know? They'll be good for crops to grow and whatever, I don't care. Y'all want to have some tea? It's very cold and I could use some tea.
I would love tea.
You come inside my hut. And yeah, you're all led into Horace's hut. He boils some tea for you on a little fire, and you enjoy a nice winter evening in the fall on top of this mountain.
With a ton of dead bodies.
You know, the dead bodies are at least 100 feet down the mountainside from the snowballs.
No one will ever know. It's not like there's a house up there.
Yeah, I'm sure nothing wrong with that. But Horace says, all right, thanks, everyone. And he pays you each 100 Bartholomew bucks. You each get a point of experience, and you've completed this very violent adventure. And Horace, at some point, you know, I was just figuring we would scare him off, but this works too. It's more permanent. And yeah, congratulations. Actually, I see Zeta and Aewni, you're both ready for your boss battles now.
Oh.
Oh, whoa, very exciting.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah?
You want to do a double Fable boss?
Not right now.
I can try.
Yeah, thanks for playing, guys. We did it. We did it.
I would say it was kind of cold that we just like killed everyone,
Hey.
but I'm also a silver dragonborn, so.
And it was snowy, and I think it works. Very good use of that solstice stream, Max. I was very happy about that. I was like, why are you carrying this with you the whole time?
I wanted to make use of it just to make sure I did something with it before I gave it away.
Fair enough. Well, guys,
Well,
thank you for playing.
unfortunate, because now that you've used it, you can't give it away for a while.
I mean, he can move it on his own, guys. But
Yeah, that's
with
true.
that,
True.
thank you all for playing.
Okay.
And so, okay, I just had to say that just so I have a place where I can cut the